Come in and know me better, Humies. And here I go rambling along until someone confirms that they can actually hear me, as we usually do around here. Because, yeah, I never really trust that the YouTubes are doing what the YouTubes are supposed to be doing, so I wait for your confirmation. Here we go. All right. Confirmation indeed. And as I ramble along, waiting for more than 7 viewers to show up, that's astonishingly low for us, although I did announce this somewhat late, and I apologize for that, because scheduling is clearly not my strong suit. I suppose I am required, obligated, something like that, to comment on the whole FA-18 something or another falling overboard off the, what was it, the Truman? I've lost track of your carriers. There's too many of names that are recycled or not recycled, I think, in this case, and it doesn't really matter. Anyways, ship in the Red Sea. Yes, the Red Sea, not the Persian Gulf. They're different. Lost an FA-18 and the tug over the side. Now, by way of tug, I'm not actually referring to the little rotund boat that pushes very large ships around. I'm talking about a little four-wheeled conveyance that is more engine than anything else that is used for moving aircraft around on the flight deck and or the hangar deck of carriers. They are adorable little vehicles. They, you probably see them at your airports all the time. You just never really think of them. They're the ones that are pulling around the luggage carts. Only the military ones are slightly scarier, as you might expect. Anyways, the initial reports was that the carrier in question, again, I forget the name, was attempting to evade an incoming missile or something like that. Turns out that wasn't actually probably not the case. We're probably never going to know the actual hard facts, truths, realities of what transpired in that specific moment, simply because the DoD is not in the habit of telling you those details. Although the captain of the carrier and the captain of the last carrier that was in the area, it is funny that they keep recycling the same captain in the same area. And his Twitter stream is at least amusing because there's a dog and cookies and, all kinds of stuff like that. But anyways, the ship apparently just made a button hook turn. And in the process, the FA-18 was being moved around in the hangar deck beneath the flight deck and was headed towards or being pushed onto an elevator. And then the ship heeled over hard enough, and heeled over means the ship leaned, basically. Heeling over is the act when you turn a rudder on a ship. Well, top-heavy ships, the rudder is pretty much at the bottom of the ship's depth. It's near the bottom of the rudder basically lines up with the keel of the ship, more or less, on most ships. Carriers have 2 rudders, so it's even more complicated, but still. The lever that is turning the ship is very, very low. And carriers are notoriously very, very tall and very, very top-heavy, courtesy of, again, that flight deck and all the equipment they're on. And there's some amazing footage of, for example, the Enterprise doing a full 8-engine run, because, yes, she did have actually 8 reactors on board her in her initial configuration, and doing a hard left turn to demonstrate just how stupid hard they lean. Well, anyways, this particular carrier only has 2 reactors on board, and was doing, from what satellite footage I've seen, what she was doing basically a full power right turn. But the catch is, there's all kinds of reasons to do this. Normally, for carriers, they do this to maintain flight operations. They go back and forth in boxes, and they want different winds depending on whether they're launching or recovering, if I'm remembering right. It's been a while since I've investigated carriers on your planet. Maybe they want the same wind. They probably want the same wind, now that I think about it. So they can't always have the same wind as long as they're staying in a box. So when they run out of the wind going one direction, they do a hard turn and go the other direction as fast as they possibly can, and then do another hard turn and head back the way they were going initially to get the same wind again, basically. Because unlike airports, they can control what kind of wind goes over their flight deck. And obviously, you can't actually shut down not the flight. Well, you do shut down flight operations when the carrier is turning, because that's what I was trying to say. But you can't shut down the operations that are transpiring on the flight deck and in the hangar deck. Because stuff's still got to move around. You still got to get aircraft staged. You've still got to do your jobs. And, well, In this particular case, from what little I've been able to gather, from what little information has been publicly released, and I'm not going to comment about anything that wasn't publicly released, as far as I can tell, they were loading the aircraft onto the outboard elevator of the aircraft carrier, because carriers have elevators on both sides of the ship, and she was turning right, so in this case they were loading it onto the port side elevator, the left side elevator, and I guess some kind of rogue wave or rogue swell or rogue whatever you want to call it caused the ship to heel over a little more than it kind of expected. And at that point, dynamic friction took over from static friction. And if any of y'all remember your statics and dynamics classes, you will know that dynamic friction has a much lower resistance than static friction. Because, I mean, non-skid does the best it can. Those big honking solid rubber tires, they're not even inflated tires. They're literally solid rubber tires on the little tugs that are pulling aircraft around, do the best they can too. And the aircraft started, exiting stage, left, and continued exiting stage left. Now, thankfully, aircraft are not moved around with the pilots in them anymore, especially not from the hangar deck to the flight deck. And the tug operator, pilot, driver, whatever you want to call him, had the presence of mind to bail. And as far as I know, he was the only person who was injured, and that injury was likely, again, due to that non-skid stuff. I should do an episode just on non-skid, because that stuff is terrifying. Because when I say that phrase, I know you're thinking of like sandpaper-like texture stuff. Oh, no. It's so much worse. So yeah, he almost certainly got some, let's call it abrasions from bailing out of the tug onto the non-skid. And bye-bye Hornet. As the saying goes, there are more aircraft at the bottom of the ocean than there are submarines at the top of the sky. But these things happen, unfortunately, whether they are combat kills or just accidental things that just happen. The same carrier had another Hornet 3 years ago blown over the side by tremendously horrible weather. It just happens. And this is the consequence of operating in hostile environments, both in terms of like people are shooting at you and the ocean hates you and wants to kill you and eat you, while doing ridiculous things on this little tiny moving postage stamp. I mean, just think about landing and launching jets, much less like Hawkeyes and rotary type aircraft off this stupid thing in the middle of this body of water that would rather you be at the bottom and food. Yeah. Naval aviation is wild. All right. Anyways, I think I've rambled enough for anyone to have caught up with us at this point. What's the question? Weren't they the same carrier group that almost shut down one of their own? I don't know if it was the same carrier group. I thought the carriers rotated out 2-3 months ago, and the captain with the amazing Twitter feed was on the carrier that rotated out, and then the Truman, again, I still think it's the Truman, rotated in, and her commander got reassigned for reasons, and what's his name on the Twitters apparently volunteered to take over, which is wild. I mean, apparently he likes the fight, I guess. I don't know. You gotta love aviators like that, because yes, most carriers are actually CO'd by aviators. They are hot shit when they are pilots, and then they decide that, all right, I don't want to command an air wing, although they probably commanded an air wing beforehand. And once you command an air wing, the only real promotion after that is commanding the thing that carries the air wing. And then they go to SWAS, Surface Warfare Officer School, although I have no idea what that looks like anymore because they have changed it approximately 17 bajillion fucking times in the past 50 orbits or something. And they come out as commanding officers of, carriers. Because, the biggest ship on the ocean is currently being commanded by a plane driver. Yeah. Well, not the biggest ship on the ocean. The biggest military ship on the ocean, perhaps. Anyways, the jet and the tug became victims of physics. Newton strikes again. Correct. Now add flying aircraft carriers in sci-fi. I mean, we've already talked about aircraft carriers by way of that utterly despicable, horrible, frickin' Wing Commander movie. So don't even get me started, all right? All right. I think whoever's going to show up have shown up by now. So let's kick this party off. It was the... Okay, so I wasn't sure. I always forget the timelines, and they rotate out ships on such a frequent basis that it's hard to keep track of them sometimes. Yeah. They thought they were shooting down an incoming missile, and they shot down an F-18 instead. Thankfully, both the pilot and I always forget the guy in the back's name. Wow. Total fucking processor fart. Anyways, the guy in the... Both the pilot and the guy in the back. Rio, yes, thank you. Woo. Bailed out, and no one was injured any more than, you know, bailing out of the aircraft, which is not a physically pleasant experience. They weren't hurt or killed beyond just the act of bailing out. So at least there's that. There was no "Goose, talk to me" moment. Let's be thankful for that. Anyways, all right, sorry. As I was saying, we are getting to the game. And we are not going to do the heart-ripping game tonight. I apologize for those of y'all who were looking forward to it. We should eventually keep playing that game just to remind myself why the hell we're ripping hearts out of cyborgs and what we're going to do with them in the end. I feel like we're going to make some sort of like cyber-organic golem somehow, but that seems somehow wrong for the game. But anyways, we're going to try a game that I have never actually played before. And somehow I ended up with like a pre-release version of it, and I'm not entirely sure how. Sometimes the minions buy things on Steam, and it's not great. This could also be like a humble bundle thing. At this point, I've totally lost track. So once y'all confirm that I have the screen, and you can hear something from the game, because at this point, their music balance is a little strange. Maybe I should bump it up a little. It has fairly decent, like, ambiance music, honestly.
Test.
Nice. Problem is, as soon as I leave focus off of it, and now you can hear. Okay, there we go. Audio sounds good so far. Fantastic. From what I've been told, this is a little like FTL and a little like some other game that I didn't know, and there have been a variety of reviews regarding Breachway up here. It is available on Steam. It is an early release game, so it is not technically finished yet, which is just as well because some of those reviews are not kind. So we're going to see what happens and go from there. I already kind of like the aesthetics. You've got like PDL or PDCs, I guess, right here, not PDLs. I guess I've been watching too much Andromeda. That definitely looks like a PDC right there, and that looks like a main cannon, and we have a superposed secondary main cannon, and then all kinds of other interesting little like this thing. It's got a fire control radar strapped onto its side for some reason. Maybe it's for the PDCs, because there's one there and one there at least. And maybe one hiding underneath there. Yeah. Yes, bug fixes on Tuesdays. Early release games are always entertaining. Either they're just like horrible, which can be entertaining, or they are questionable, which also can be entertaining, honestly. Lots of happy little greebles, indeed. Like, I'm wondering if these little, like, I don't know what to call those. They might be hatches for like VLS systems or torpedo systems or something like that. This isn't a horrible design, in my opinion, aside from the obvious targeting radar, if you know anything about surface navies on your planet, being obfuscated by like everything on the ship. And I'm assuming those are heat sinks, which are way too small, but I only call that out because if they are in fact heat sinks, they at least acknowledge that ships have to dump heat, and those are still stupidly too small. But anyways, moving on. Let's try a new run, because like I said, I've never actually played this game. You're startled awake by the distinct, high-pitched beep of the door lock being overridden by someone with a high-clearance card. Oh, goody. As reality creeps back in, you recognize the cramped confines of your quarters on the Atlas. Good name. And see someone standing in the doorway. Someone breaking into your stateroom is never a good start to a conversation. Lennis Starling. Hey, wake up. The captain wants us on the command deck now. He's wound up about something, and it'll take a while for your sleep meds to wear off. Sleep meds? Just try to keep up and let me do the talking. Head over to command deck appears to be our only option. Shiny, shiny, bo by me. As you step onto the command deck, an unusual flurry of activity surrounds you. The captain, studying a data feed scrolling across one of the consoles, spots you and waves you both over. I note that they're not actually showing us this process. Weird. But again, pre-release game. Captain Quinn. Left mouse button to continue. Hold right mouse button to fast forward. Oh, so this must be because I have the tutorial engaged. Alright. Our infrared sensors picked up several explosions in a Solari-controlled region right at one of the research stations. Whatever they were working on, it clearly didn't go as planned. How close are you to Solari-controlled region? I mean, infrared only travels at the speed of light, so we've got to be not too far away. This could be our chance to finally bring something valuable back. But we've barely salvaged anything on this run so far. I'm confused now. Precisely, but we need to move quickly. We're closer to the station than any Solari fleet in the area. Taking the Atlas isn't an option, though. It'd be picked up by their scanners immediately, and we'd be done for. So what? Well, hold on. I'm on the warship, and they're yeeting me off the warship to do what now? No, that sounds like a great plan. However, a small ship like the Magpie, the obnoxious bird on your planet that attacks cyclists and steals shiny trinkets. Yeah, that totally sounds reasonable. All right, fine. Launched at our current speed. Ooh! So they acknowledge that speed is kind of continuous in space. I like it. Could reach the station undetected. Ah, because it wouldn't have to turn on its engines. Because it could just coast in at our, whatever our current speed is. It would operate on minimal reactor output, relying only on maneuvering thrusters for course adjustments. Okay, credit for that. Fair. With all due respect, sir, those fireworks are bound to draw on other nearby scavengers by the time we get there. Oh, good. So you're just going to toss me into the fray in the Magpie. That's why the lieutenant here, which I assume is me, will be in charge of the mission and the safety of the Magpie if things go south. I'll put a mission plan together. You handle the technical preparations. Report to the docking bay in 30 minutes. I'm hopeful it doesn't take actually 30 minutes to get there. All right. Let me check up on the chat here. Oh, you can actually scroll it through the conversation. Okay, so that's cool. Credit for the conversation actually being scrollable. You don't see that very often in a lot of games, which is very annoying. And now I broke things. Because I break things. Hold on. There were flying carriers in the 20s. Well, yes, there were actually flying carriers in the 20s. And the 30s, and I think the 40s, too. The trapeze catching system never seemed to work so well, though. The launching worked just fine. The catching, yeah, I don't know if they ever actually figured that out very well. All right. No, the game is actually called Breachway, John Leonard. I will acknowledge the font is a little off. Yes. Let's see here. Sleep meds, aka alcohol. I mean, technically, the British Royal Navy still, I think, has not a daily dispensation, but I forget how it works for them. They're not technically a dry fleet. The USA Navy is also technically, quote unquote, not a dry fleet, because if you are underway from a port for more than 90 days, you have an allowance of 2 beers. Now, the funny thing is that you technically are supposed to drink these yourself, but they don't really pay a whole lot of attention. So if you want to trade beers for, say, someone covering your watch or something other favor-like thing, it's an interesting little underground market that lasts about a week because the command will only allow the beer to be hidden so long. Basically, you got to drink it when you get it. Hey, it might be dangerous. Take the minivan, Magpie. Let's hope it's the most tactical minivan ever. Because at this point, I have no idea. Ew. Okay. Ship selection. This is the ship status screen. Here you can get an overview of the main ship characteristics, such as the number and types of hardpoints, equipment, and crew. Okay. Hardpoints are the slots in your ship where you can install equipment. No joke. Equipment must be installed on the correct hardpoints. Each piece of equipment contains a card you will play during combat. This is the part of the game I don't really understand yet. The whole card thing. Crew determines how many cards you can hold in your hand. So we're mixing FTL and MTG. All right. Each crew member adds 1 card slot to your hand size, regardless of what they can do. All right. We will go over all these elements in more detail during the tutorial. I thought we were in the tutorial. All right. Fine. To get a better look at your ship, you can orbit the camera while keeping the left mouse button pressed and use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Oh, that's nice. Once you are done inspecting your ship, click the Accept button in the ship selection window to proceed. Behold, the Magpie. And it's a space minivan. Oh, for fornication's sake. Alright, we got one big gun on top. We got, I'm assuming, targeting radar right there. We've got little sensors, including maybe like a camera and antennae up here. It's got oddly disproportionate manipulators. I mean, I guess that makes sense. You'd want one really long arm to reach something, and it could just pass it off to the short arm, and then you can just put it away somewhere. We've got fuel tanks, question mark, question mark, question mark. We've got very frustratingly non-symmetrical thrusters around the main engine, I assume. And then a secondary engine that, man, I hope this game doesn't care about axis of thrust versus center of gravity, because that's just going to be a problem. I have no idea what this big old circle thing is. I have no idea what all these bins are, although we have another arm underneath the little tiny targeting radar. Love it. So maybe this thing grabs it. No, I guess this thing would have to hand it off to the little arm, because that little arm can't reach that little arm. Alright, so basically we got one gun. What is this ship? Alright. That circle thing looks like a rotation point for the big arm. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could believe that. Yeah, it's geared. That's a nice detail. I forgot how to zoom in. Oh, well. Doesn't really matter. Oh, I am zoomed in as far as I can. That's not a lot of zoom, y'all. And I can't see underneath. What's that thing on the bottom? What is that thing on the bottom? What is that thing on the bottom? I have no idea. We have a laser cutter, which I assume is... Yep, okay, laser cutter. Basic shield is somewhere. Where'd it go? Basic shield. Is that what the... Oh, no. Basic shield is that little wart on our... Not quite posterior, but it's close enough. Yes, basic shield. And then, oh, that's engineering, which gives us target lock, apparently. Fornication knows what that does. Play at least one attack per turn. Precision damage. Damages targeted enemy equipment and hull. So I have to keep attacking them to keep using this thing? Okay, fine. We have block cards, which sounds fun. And then laser cutter does slicing and takes 3 power. We only have 4 power. And this one takes 2 power. Oh, good. So we can either shoot or defend. I love that relationship already. So MW, that's an interesting question that you brought up. The fact is that the act of tying down a ship to a deck of a warship takes approximately 5 minutes, give or take, depending on the skill level of the crew. So if for whatever reason a carrier has to make a turn and an aircraft is in motion, yeah, sucks for whoever's trying to move the aircraft around, because ain't no carrier going to wait 5 minutes to make whatever turn they have to make for the aircraft to be tied down. Knuckle up. It's time to figure out how to keep that thing from, well, falling over the side. And they didn't really do that. I mean, it's not even like, I forget how many tie downs an F-18 takes, but it's like, I think the minimum is somewhere in the neighborhood of 5. And by tie downs, I'm not talking about like, you know, recovery straps that y'all use when you're off-roading on your planet or something like that. I'm talking chain falls that weigh like half as much as the Hume's trying to carry them around. And as always, once they unchained the aircraft from the deck, they hung those chain falls on the bulkhead like they're supposed to, which was not near the aircraft, and definitely not near the elevator. So they'd have to run over there and then run back with the chains and then bolt the ship back down to the deck, finding the appropriate pad eyes to tie it down to. It's not an immediate process. There's no tractor beams. There's no increase your artificial gravity field in this particular area kind of solution. No. And the problem is, amusingly, if you partially tie an aircraft down, it's actually worse than just not tying it down at all. Because in this case, not tying it down at all meant it went over the side. But if you just partially tie it down, it could have flailed around the flight deck and destroyed all kinds of things. Possibly even exploded if it had any fuel on board. And, not even the flight deck, the hangar deck. And a fuel fire inside the hangar deck is pretty much the last thing that you want. Anyways, what I am playing is a bizarre little game called Breachway. It's supposed to be kind of like FTL, although I haven't seen it yet, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're going to accept this little magpie thing. I'm assuming that's the bridge right there. In which, I mean, if that's actually the bridge right there, that little window right there, this ship is huge! Wow, alright. Big ol' ship. Let's see what we do. Ah. What incarnation? Tristan Singh. That's an interesting combination of names. Alright, if we follow the nav points the captain laid out, we should reach the wreckage in about 2 days and rendezvous back with the Atlas. In 2 days after that? What's this side route? Why is there a side route? I have questions. We'll stick to the asteroid belt as much as possible to avoid detection. Easy. I still don't see why the captain put you in charge of my ship. Wait, what? Who are you, and why is the Magpie yours, and why is me a lieutenant, whatever the hell, driving your boat? I'm confused. The writing could use some improvement. While we're on this mission, this is your captain, so watch your tone. Really? Someone reminding someone else that someone is in command? That's not a great start to any kind of command relationship. I mean, I guess you're my XO or something, but still, that's not great. Who the hell's Ivan Branco? Branco. Come on now, we got a mission to do. You can argue all you want once we're back on the hauler. The Magpie's a hauler? Cool. After things cool down, everyone settles into their assigned posts. Time to familiarize yourself with the ship's command console and set a course for the first nav point. Shiny. Oh, yes, this will be my third crew member. Because we only had the 3, right? You know. Wait. If we're here... Waypoint neutral, unknown. Station wreckage neutral, unknown. And I'm guessing we can't go off the map. No, we can't. Okay. Cool. What is this? Combat training. Gunner level 1. Chance to spot ambushes and get the initiative on combat encounters. Interesting. Next shield card played this turn gives plus 50% shield points. And also provides bonus in scavenge events and extra options in other narrative events. So this is exactly like crewing for FTL, just with cards. Gain 2 of each resource. Force production. What? Can provide advantages in certain situations. Chance to repair hull damage after combat encounters. Alright, I would not have assumed that a tactical officer would be an engineer, but okay. Well, I guess he's a tactical officer, he's a scavenger, so what do I know? And our gunner actually has combat training and is in charge of, well, the gun, so at least there's that. Win! This is very strange. I guess we're going here. Your console flashes a warning. Possible combat detected ahead in your flight path. No joke. Moments later, infrared sensors light up as one ship explodes. The remaining ship changes course, heading in your direction. I am shocked. I am shocked! There's no way they spotted us. We've been running cold for almost a day. Yeah, but, I mean, you still... The necessary temperature to keep a Huey alive on a starship is significantly higher than the background temperature of the universe. And unless their ship is perfectly insulated and can keep all of that heat contained without also simultaneously cooking the Hueys, you're leaking infrared radiation. And since apparently infrared radiation is a big deal in this game, they know exactly where you are. How about you stand at parade, Rats Lieutenant? How about you let your people do what they're fucking supposed to do, right? Yeah. That's a conversation that has been heard a number of times on a number of ships, yeah. Reminding junior officers that, by the way, you know what differentiates an ensign from a petty officer first class? Or sorry, petty officer third class? The petty officer third class has already been promoted 3 times. Sit down and shut up. Because no chief petty officer has ever had that conversation with an ensign. Because, yeah. Nope, totally not. It's a way of emulating a TTRPG. Remind me what the hell TT means, because y'all have so many different kind of games on your planet, I have lost track at this point. Shut up, Butterbar. Exactly. Just our luck then. Their new path puts us right under the radar range, so there's no way to avoid detection. Okay, hold on. Both infrared and radar rely on speed of light. Now, technically, infrared detection is a passive detection, so you can probably detect them much further away than active detection, where you're sending out a pulse and waiting for the return. So, okay, fine. I guess I'll go with it. Tabletop role-playing games. Apologies, we have no real tables in the shipyard, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Wow. Okay, now I'm stuck on passive infrared sensors versus active radar sensors, and that's an interesting conversation / question / discussion. Wow. All right, fine. The approaching ship ignores all hails and its rising heat profile, again with the infrared nonsense, suggests they're gearing up to fire. Because I guess they're charging their weapons, right? Initiate combat protocols, because apparently that's our only option. Whee! Into the fray. I have no idea how this works. I don't know anything about this game. This could be horrible. Oh, hey. Oh, what is that thing? I would like to know more about that thing. Why was it all expanded and how did it contract? What? I have so many questions. Alright. Introduction. This is your hand of cards displaying the actions you can take each turn. Can I take all of them? Cards are split into 3 categories, indicated by their header colors. Attack, red, tactical, green, and support, blue, which apparently we don't have at the moment. Most cards require resources to play. Their cost is shown as a number in the lower part of the card. I'm guessing that's the energy problem that we have. This is your resource panel. Oh, we can have multiple resources, not just energy. There's also other things. Maybe? I'm not sure. The colored number next to the icon indicates your current energy, which is currently 6. The white number shows your energy income at the start of next turn. Oh, handy. Resources carry over between turns. Is there a limit? I mean, we're at 6 right now, but they show 4 little doohickeys underneath. And I'm assuming only 4 more little doohickeys can fill this little bar. So I'm going to guess our cap is like 8 or something. Also, whoa, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. This got complicated fast. Alright, fine. Enemy actions are based on their equipment. No joke. Each piece of equipment has a card slot indicating its next action. Is it left or right to left? Cards gain 1 pip each turn. When all pips are filled, the card's border turns white, signaling that it will be played on the next turn. Oh! Oh. Ew. So they start with 1 pip on each thing. So next turn they're going to slice me. And the next turn they're going to shield pulse me. Or shield pulse themselves, I suppose. Okie dokie. No, hold on. When it turns white. Oh, so we've got 2 turns, maybe. Oh yeah. So it's got to fill this one. Then it turns white. And then the next turn it fires off. So we've got 2 turns to figure out our chain of events. Alright. That's weird. Fill the bar. And the next turn after the full bar. So this is like FTL but turn-based. Again, weird. You play cards by dragging and dropping them over the crosshair region. The crosshair region? Where the hell's the crosshair region? Attack the enemy by playing 2 slice attack cards in advance. That does sound correct, because we have 2 turns until they slice those back. Alright. Crosshair region. Oh, on the ship. That's dumb. That's 1. And that's 2. Press the end turn button to advance your enemy's turn. You don't say. Turn-based FTL. Alright. Now, his weapon is charged and we will get hit next turn. Yes. Shields are your primary defense, with each shield point blocking 1 damage. Shields halve at the start of each turn, so deploy shield cards just before an enemy attack for maximum effectiveness. Oh, so they linger. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Yes, the enemy ship is about to attack. Play a block tactical card to prevent hull damage from the enemy's upcoming attack. Alright, that makes sense. I guess I put it on ourselves. I cannot put it on them. That makes a certain degree of sense. In Breachway, your played cards don't reshuffle into the draw pile once it is empty. What? Oh. Once we use all our cards, they're gone? Instead, they enter a cooldown pile for a set number of turns, shown next to the card's cooldown icon. I don't see any cooldown icons on these cards. After cooling down, cards return to your draw pile. Manage your cards so you always have some off cooldown and ready to be drawn. Press tab or click card status UI to view your draw pile, hand and cooldown cards. Oh! In deck, we just have shields. And then we have 2 turn cooldowns for the slice, and 3 cooldown turns for the block. That's not right. By equipment? Interesting. And by cooldown. Alright, I get it now. Well, I'm starting to get some idea. Huggin' floors, don't you know not to pick up a duck in the dungeon? It never ends well. Yeah, we're all learning together because I have no idea what's going on. This is a really weird way of handling the combat. What does this mean? Oh, right, precision damage. Right. Damages targeted enemy equipment and hull. But our attack cooldown still has 2 turns left on it. I wonder if that counts their turns too. But can I slice them right now? No. What is it telling me? It has 8 shield. It has 8 basic laser, shield pulse. So since I think since I engaged the shield, I can't do anything else this turn. And it's a vulture. We did 10 points of damage, or there are 10 points left? I don't know. Okay, anyways. Let's find out what happens. Zorp. Alright, our shield took all that damage, for which I'm thankful. Persistent effects can either last for the whole duration of combat, a set amount of turns, or have an upkeep condition you have to meet each turn to maintain the effect. Play target lock support card to boost your attack damage. Persistent effects Persistent effects affecting your ship appear above your card hand. That's complicated. Persistent effects affecting. Nice grammar lesson right there. At least one attack each turn. Oh, hold on. Can I put it back? I want to check something. So yes, I will have slices available next turn. I just want to make sure, because it seems necessary to find out. So let's target lock this dork. And now we have a target lock. Play at least one attack per turn. And next turn we'll have 2 attacks available to us, which seems totally reasonable. And now we can go zap this dork. Although he's going to shield pulse us, so I'm not sure. Oh, no. No, right, because he couldn't quite yet. Oh, he's got 5 health left. We have no power enough to charge that thing, so I think we're done. All right. And now he's shield pulsed. Wait, why didn't we get a second card? What? Hold the phone. Where's our... We should have gotten... I don't know. Now I'm very confused. I mean, like, what happens when all of these cards come out of... Can I choose one of these? Can I can't... How do I draw? I'm a little confused. In deck. Oh, so we're going to lose the... Wait, what? No, what? We have 2 slices with no timers on them. And then it's telling me that in one turn we're going to get 1 shield pulse. I am so confused. What? These ain't got no timers on them. And I only got 1 of them. Maybe only draw 1 card per turn? You need an Uno reverse card. That'd be nice. Reflective shields. There was a game that actually had that. Maybe Gratuitous Space Battles or something like that have reflective shields. I love that technology. I don't know if it's 1 card per turn or not. I'm very confused why I don't have these 2 already in my... Well, I have 1 of them, I guess, in my hand. And... This is very strange. I do not understand. Block this turn? Yeah, there's an incoming shot, isn't there? But if I block, I lose the targeting doohickey. I can both block and slice. Because we have 5 power. Yeah, block then slice, yeah. Alright, we're going to block and then slice this dork, because why not?
Enemy shields down.
Nice. I like the commentary, thank you. And I guess that's our play. Alright. And they bounced off our shields. Cool, cool, cool. And now I have 3 cards. I am so confused how these cards happen. Well, we're going to slice this dork, because he can't shoot us for another turn. And I think that might actually end him. Bloop! That was quite explosive. And we gained 25 thingies. Cool. Gain 25 thingies. I like how you can leave without gaining the 25 thingies. If you're really, really dumb, you could not take your victory points. Choices could be made. Fine. Such a weird game. Ivan Branco, sorry. Looked like another scavenger, probably panicked, fired on one of their own, and then veered off. Either way, we should be ready for more combat as we get closer to the station. Station wreckage. That's not great. Seems we're not the only ones stupid enough to raid a Solari facility. Well, no, obviously. Too late to hide our presence now. Asking for permission to restore the reactor's ordnance protocol, that should allow us to squeeze some more power out of it. We'll also improve our laser beam's output. Permission granted. Override the cutter's safety protocols. We'll need more firepower. Cool. Scotty! We need more power! I cannot give her any more! Yeah, that was horrible, wasn't it? Aye, Captain. That should enable it to fire concentrated laser pulses. Won't be a military-grade laser, but it'll come close. We're not military, but we're using military ranks. I am still so confused. You now have access to the Ordnance resource. Ordnance is the main resource for attack cards. Open your ship's status screen now to inspect your resource area. Cool. Ordnance! You have one allocated reactor power. Left-click on the Ordnance resource to add your extra reactor power to it. No joke. You can redistribute reactor power between your resources at any time. Right-click on an energy twice to remove 2 power from it. Left-click twice to add 2 power to Ordnance. What? But what if I want the energy? Right-click on that thingy. But what if I want the power? I mean, the power lets me do all the things. Ooh, beam sweep. Beam sweep sounds fun. To close the ship status screen, click on the button again. I think we already figured that out. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, we're overriding the spec. It's a nice spec. That's why I wrote it that way. Now override it anyways. That sounds about right, yes. There's a reason that we put buffers into this thing. The game is Breachway. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I apologize. All right. Let's see what the next waypoint, quote-unquote, neutral looks like. I like how the planets move. Did you see that? The planets rotated about their little star. Our waypoints didn't, which is an interesting touch, but the planets did. And they rotated a lot. Orbited a lot, however you want to phrase it. Like, how long is it taking us to get from waypoint to waypoint? And, of course, since we went to a new spot, we get attacked again. Incoming ship on an attack vector. Looks like pirates are starting to move in on the wreckage. Let's see what that laser mod can do, Lena. Initiate combat protocols. It does seem really, really fast, yes. Oh, what is that thing? He's kind of cute. Very vertical. You can also redistribute reactor power anytime in combat. Right-click on a resource type to remove 1 power unit. Left-click to add. Fair enough. This lets you shift your resource income to suit your needs. Warning, adding 1 power to a resource generates 1 heat. Oh. Heat changes take place after playing the next card or ending your turn. Yeah, but what happens when you generate heat? I have additional questions. So the beam sweep takes 3 of the reactor power and 2 of the energy, or 1 of the energy. Interesting. Ships have a heat tolerance and dissipation value. Cool. Tolerance is the amount of heat a ship can safely sustain without, cooking its crew. Dissipation is the amount of heat removed at the end of each turn. Every point of heat above your threshold results in 1 point of overheat, which I assume is damage, which goes against our 50 point of hull. Yes, every point of overheat deals 1 hull damage at the start of your turn. Okay, fine. So we have 3 heat available to us. And moving stuff around generates heat. Alright. I don't see a reason to move stuff around. Well, maybe I do. So if I... Seems like... Well, laser pulse is just plain reactor. Yeah, because nothing has cooldown right now. Fair. Seems like I should go ahead and shove 1 from here into there, because then I can do everything. Although I don't... Oh, no, I do need the block. I definitely need the block first turn, so I guess we're doing that. Alright. Zippity-doo-dah. Actually, I should do that twice. Yeah. Because then I can do target lock, beam sweep, and block all in one turn. Giggity goo. Oh. This doesn't do what I thought it did. Well, it's going to be interesting either way. Never mind. Fudge. Mistakes were made. Alright. Let's just go ahead and zap that dork. Oh, that generates heat too? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's great.
You are now shielded.
Thanks so much. We're going to cook ourselves, but it's no big deal. We need to take out later. You don't say. Attack cards with precision icon, like the laser pulse, can target and damage specific enemy equipment. Drag and drop these cards over an enemy equipment or card in the UI, or place it over a piece of equipment on the ship model to attack it. Attacking enemy equipment also deals equal hull damage in most cases. Most cases. Most cases. That's encouraging. Yeah, we need to take out the heavy blast. I get that. Thank you. Each enemy piece of equipment has a durability value indicated next to the shield icon. When durability hits 0, the equipment breaks, preventing it from playing cards or adding pips. Enemy equipment is automatically repaired in 3 turns. Oh, interesting. When hovering over enemy equipment with precision attack, the shield break icon shows the durability damage that precision cards will deal. I should have not done what I did. That's fine. We'll work it out. Alright. We should clearly do a target lock, because that'll improve everything. And then we should laser pulse the heck out of his heavy blast weapon, because I don't want to deal with that. Blurp. Didn't quite kill you yet, though. And we almost cooked ourselves. Nice. Discarding cards. Oh, interesting. You can right-click to discard unwanted cards, freeing up a card slot for the next draw next turn. Discarded cards go into cooldown just as if being played. Consider discarding cards that are not useful in the next few turns to draw more useful cards. I still don't understand how the draw sequence works, because I swear I should have drawn a full hand that one time, and we definitely totally magodily didn't. It was very strange. Alright, fine. Right-click to discard. Well, we don't need 2 blocks, so goodbye. And we'll go ahead and, again, burn the ever-living crap out of his heavy blast weapon. And I think we just destroyed it. Yep, 3-turn cooldown. And we don't need the block thingy, so we could discard it, technically. And maybe draw a new fresh hand, although what's in cooldown? By cooldown. So maybe we'll just get the beam sweep. So I think I'll just hold on to the block card, because that seems safer. Yeah, that does seem significantly safer. Alright. Yeah, it is a very new game. It's a pre-release game that I don't even remember how I came by it, but it is somewhat entertaining so far, at least in my opinion. I'm not sure what y'all think of it. We're dorking around in this little stupid friggin'... That's cute. You can actually fly... Oh. Oh, okay, now I have questions. Can I fly around the... Oh, I can fly around this guy too. Cool. Well, I appreciate that they allow you to view their models in all the, scorched up glory that they provide. That's a nice touch, right? I wish the colors were a little different, because, I mean, there's enough red, white, and yellow going on here to choke a horse. But, yeah. Alright, seems like we should probably end our turn, because we don't need the block. The weapon is out of commission. And they're going to block us next turn, so it doesn't really matter. Yep. We don't need another block. I guess I could just zap their shield for the sake of it. I mean, there's no reason not to. Goodbye. Because we have to we have to keep attacking, right. We have to keep attacking to maintain our target lock. So yes, we are going to zap their shield. Zorbity dorbity.
Down.
Oh, we took out the shields and did some damage. Nice! I'm tempted to jiggle these numbers. What do we got coming up? 3, 3. It won't really matter if I jiggle the numbers. Yeah, it won't really matter if I jiggle the numbers. We still have attacks available. Alright, cool. Doesn't matter. Alright, their turn. Alright. Oh, it did matter. Huh. Well, you know, whatever. Fine. I don't think they're going to last a whole lot longer. This thing does 7 damage and ignites 2, which I don't know what that means. That one does 5 damage, and I think the ship only has 6 freaking hull points left. So, 7 should do it just quite nicely, right? Goodbye. Zorpity dorpity. Click on the subsystem reward item to add it to your cargo bay. Hey, cargo bays! Hey, cargo bays. I still like that they will let you leave without collecting. I'm kind of tempted to see what happens if you push the leave button and if it actually like just collects everything for you, but I don't want to do it because then we might lose the stuff. I have no idea what this is useful for though. It's fine. Subsystem for laser. Any attack from this weapon that deals hull damage adds heat. Oh, that's ugly. Cargo bay! Captain, we should activate the mass. Why is mass highlighted? Refiner module. This will restore our reactor to full capacity and help us boost the Magpie's shield systems. Cool, cool, cool. The shield was designed to deflect dust and minor debris, not high-powered lasers. I can modify it to suspend high-density particles in its magnetic field, which will help diffuse laser beams and deflect kinetic impacts. And actually, that's not wrong. Yeah. If you made a bubble of little high-density particles around your ship, you'd have a hard time seeing out, but it would also diffuse lasers and slow down kinetic impactors. Who made this game? I have questions. Huggin' Floors says, well, hold on, I gotta catch up with this. Alright. Huggin' Floors says, you know, I think it would be really entertaining to hear the Dockmaster do a recording of... Hold on. They're made out of meat? They're made out of meat? What? I would need to have information. I assume this is something I can Google search to discover, because apparently I'm missing a cultural reference right now. Stand by. Oh. That. Yes. Well, we have actually restarted the whole reading books thing for members of Patreon, and assuming I remember to push the button YouTube as well, because apparently YouTube still does not allow me to schedule in advance members only videos, which still annoys me to no end. But since we just started a new book, this might have to take a back burner, unfortunately. But I can promise that we will get around to it. How about that? Oh no, Stefan 19K, there was no vote. Apparently the host ship was called Atlas, and this little stupid tub is called Magpie for reasons. And that's about all there is. I mean, honestly, minivan is not a bad name for the ship. We went over that earlier. You'll have to rewind your viewing of the stream. But yes, we talked about how it is basically a very heavily armed space minivan. Not quite a technical, but still pretty heavily armed. And I still appreciate how you can scroll through all the text freaking options. That is a nice touch. And given that they're in a sequence, it totally makes sense that you should be able to scroll back through them. So, sorry, I'm still very confused by this game, so I'm reaching for things to compliment them on, I suppose. Anyways, I do appreciate their appeal to technicality, though, in reality. So there's that. The infrared emitter subsystem we salvaged off that last ship could be just what we need to get out of this in one piece. I suggest we install it in our laser ASAP. And by the way, ASAP is not a word. It should be capitalized. It's an acronym. Speaking of which, I'll be claiming that as reparations for my ship once we're back on the Atlas. What? The Magpie is going to need a fresh paint of coat. Fresh coat of paint? Fresh paint of coat? After this is over. What? Reparate? Go away, dude. You can upgrade your reactor with, credits. Of course, the universal science fiction currency. Credits! Because no one can come up with a more interesting name than that. You gather on your journey. To upgrade your reactor, open the ship's status screen. Ship status screen. Click on the upgrade button below the reactor icon. Each upgrade gives you 1 extra reactor power. That's all? That's all? Damn. Reactors or upgrades ain't cheap. You now have access to the mass resource used for upgrades and repairs. Add your upgraded reactor power to the mass by left. Wait, I thought we wanted to install an infrared emitter. I'm confused now. All right, fine. Mass it is. Subsystems enhance compatible equipment and their cards with various effects. Drag and drop the subsystem from the cargo bay to your modified cutter and apply it. So the mass was necessary to install the doohickey. That's weird. I wonder what happens if I put it on the shield. Probably shouldn't find out. I mean, it does have an empty... It seems like it has an empty upgrade slot. I probably don't want to know what happens if you put an infrared emitter on a shield. We turn into like a ramming ship or something like that. I don't know. All right, fine. Boop. We dragged and dropped. Laser armory? Wait, so they did put it on a... Wait, hold on. They literally... Oh, that's a shield initiator. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, what would an infrared emitter in engineering look like? I don't know, but I'm kind of curious. Okie dokie. Let me take a second and catch up on chat, because apparently y'all have been busy with Huggin' Floors out here taunting me to read an interesting short story. I do love the page that Terry Bisson of the Universe made for the short story. You'll just have to Google search for it, because I haven't figured out a good way to show you things that I discovered on the intertubes in real time on OBS, because that's my current system, and it requires me to like set up like scenes and stuff, as opposed to like dragging and dropping into a screen share, which would be so much easier. But anyways, go looking for the title of the story that Huggin' Floors gave you all. They're Made of Meat by Terry Bisson. And I love the header image of the screen that comes up. And yes, we'll get there. Maybe not this weekend, because this weekend we're starting a new book, actually. I think I said that. And I will let members and Patreon members and so on and so forth discover what that book is. It's not clear that you normies will know what that book is, because my book readings have mixed results on the general purpose YouTubes. So I guess we'll just see how it goes. It's either an acronym or you're calling someone a sap. I mean, that's not wrong. Of course, now I'm kind of curious how many of you know what a sap is, aside from the circulatory fluid of a tree-like object. Infrared emitter equals war toaster. I cannot argue with that sentiment. That is basically correct. Yes. Actually, is in engineering what has the target lock? Oh, that's an interesting question, Internet Gravedigger, because yeah, I think the engineering thing is what allows you to do the target lock. And maybe it allows you to jam their infrared sensors, since apparently this game is very contingent upon the heat release of a ship. I mean, yeah, all right. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this game is very strange so far, but I don't hate it yet. So we'll plow on ahead and see what happens, right? All right, we've installed the... Why can't I... There we go. So it adds 1 heat, which makes them harder to shoot back or something, I think, basically. Alright, now we got a ship status screen. Alright. It seems... Okay, minor UI complaint. Fine. We're in this little space field view thing, and I click this to open it, fine. And I can interface with all these things, fine. It seems like I should be able to click out here and leave this little drop-down interface doohickey. But I can't. Instead, I have to click the button again. That seems like something that is fixable and pretty simple. But, you know, pre-release games, y'all. Also, why does the profile of that thing look like the Rocinante? Because it does just a little bit, a tiny little bit, maybe. Maybe I'm squinting too hard. All right. Your ship picks up a tight beam distress signal in the vicinity. We all know what distress signals are, don't we? The ship that sent it barely registers in the infrared scanner. We all know what distress signals are. But I feel like we're kind of trapped in a game on rails at the moment. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Sean. They are traps. All of them are traps. Every single one of them are traps. Safe course. Based on the ship's flight path, gravity wells, and engine power output might stop you from going... Well, technically, Javier 707, it's not free if you have to shoot someone to get it. So, I guess we'll find out. Because, you know, ammo isn't cheap, y'all. Even energy ammo isn't cheap. I mean, you're burning your reactor to get energy ammo. So, come on. It takes fuel too, right? Accept the message, because we have no choice here, because this is the tutorial. Isaac Liu, again with the interesting combination of names. Captain, I can't tell you how relieved I am to see another free roamer ship. What the hell does that mean? I was certain I'd be at the mercy of pirates closing in on the remains of the research station. Dock with the ship and ask... No! Why would I dock with the ship? Just ask them what happened over the freaking radio, you potato. What the hell? Who's it? Oh, right. I'm in charge of the ship. Why am I doing this? I was en route to pick up supplies for a mining colony in the asteroid belt when some unidentified ship suddenly appeared on my radar. They were heading towards the nearby research station at speeds only possible by breachway travel. But there's no corridor in that direction. Ooh, FTL travel! Woo! They opened fire on the station soon after. The defending force was totally taken by surprise and responded by firing on any ship in the area that wasn't theirs. I mean, reasonable? Maybe not, like, preferable, but I can get why you do it. They barely got off a shot before being taken out. My ship got hit by one of their missiles, knocking out the main drive. So they barely got off a shot, but you still got hit? Odd. The impact triggered the reactor's failsafe and sent the ship into a spin. Why would the reactor failsafe send the ship into a spin unless it was like venting, I don't even know what, I don't even know what kind of hole. I probably shouldn't talk about holes in a live stream, never mind. I barely managed to stabilize the ship using what was left of the maneuvering thrusters. I've been on the float ever since. This dude's story does not line up. Looks like your ship is fitted out for scavenging. Really? Well, I guess we do have the manipulator arms, so I guess that's true. So I'm guessing you're headed for the wreckage. It's a suicide mission if you ask me. But given the distinct lack of better options, I'll do what I can to make it less of one. At least until we reach the first safe station. Welcome, Isaac, on board and proceed. What do we got going on in chat, though? Yeah, I do love, Sean, that I don't get a choice in the tutorial. I mean, I know it's the tutorial, but Humies love the illusion of choice, and they're not even giving me the illusion. They're just like, nope, you're on this rail, and you're going this direction right now. Buckle up! I mean, come on. People cannot be legitimate salvage in MW. Actually, people kind of rule out the possibility of legitimate salvage. Legitimate salvage is only a thing that doesn't have people on board. And I hope that is a tradition that goes into space with you, because, yeah, if you don't take that tradition with you, you could have some really interesting, really bad things happen. And, I mean, on your own planet already, there's already bad things happening about quote-unquote legitimate salvage and how that term can be used. And, yeah. All right, anyways, sorry. Oh, it could be a fusion reactor and it's venting plasma. I mean, yeah, I guess so, possibly. Yeah, I mean, I guess this thing, there we go. Yeah. Triggered the reactor failsafe, so it dumped its plasma, being a fusion reactor, and basically shut down, and he's just running on emergency battery at this point. Yeah. Maybe that's true. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll buy that. I'll buy that. Welcome, Isaac, on board and proceed. I don't want to, but I have to. Fine. We have a new crew member. What does he do? He's an ace pilot. Adds +2 turns to all incoming missiles and torpedoes. Naturally talented pilot, can fly spaceships better than most. So does he slow down people shooting at us? I'm so confused. This game is so weird. Alright, time to go visit the station wreckage, because apparently that's all we can do right now. Fan-freaking-tastic. The remains of the station slowly come into view as you navigate to the designated coordinates. Things seem quiet. The radar is... Oh, we do have radar. Thank the Great Maker. Isn't picking up any other ships. The tension in the crew is palpable! Oh, wow. They had to trot out that $10 word. Good job, guys. Judging by those electromagnetic emissions, there should still be some functional equipment we can salvage in the central section over there. Hold up! Ooh, combat training. See that fluctuation in the infrared readings? Again with the infrareds! I'd bet a week's ration, which seems like a lot. There's a ship lying in wait, looking to get the jump on any unsuspecting ships. Power up the laser, let's circle around and catch them off guard. Well, I know... Well, here we are, with the actual first choice presented to us in this freaking tutorial, and I know what I want to do. So yeah, I mean, I guess y'all can vote in your comments, but I'm getting railed by the game. Yeah. So the ace pilot still got hit by the ship that barely got off a shot, yes. Let's go circle around and see what new friends we can make, right? Why not? Circle around, advantage first attack deals +3 damage. As long as they don't have their shields up, that should be great. Like Garrick says, the best target, or sorry, the back is the best target. That is very true. I mean, Garrick is but a simple tailor, and he would know that the back of a jacket is pretty much the least tailored part of the jacket. So that makes sense, right? Yes, totally. Circle around and attack. Here we go. Oh, it's another one of these little upright thingies. Crew abilities! We have more cards now. Nice. Crew members have abilities that you can activate at will during combat. To inspect crew abilities, hover over the crew member's portrait. Oh, that's cool. Abilities do not use regular resources. Instead, they cost command points and have cooldown after use. Your total command point capacity is based on the crew on board, with each crew member adding 3 command points. Cool. What do we got? Overload cannons. Next attack played this turn deals 50% damage. Evasive maneuvers. Oh, they're going to hit us hard. Oh, gosh. Wait, why do I have 2 numbers? Ew. I don't like that. Add 2 turns to all incoming missiles and torpedoes, but not lasers. We're going to get missiles next turn, though, so that's exciting. Crew members must operate equipment to use their ability. Fine. Next shield card played this turn gives 50% shield points. Gain 2 of each resource. And I have 9 points. I have 9 points. And... Alright. Well, this thing's already shielded up and ready to fornicate our face, I think. It's got a laser pulse ready to fire next turn. It's got a firefly ready to fire next turn. It's got shields already up. And we ain't got jack and squat. This is exciting. I cannot fire both the beam sweep and the laser pulse simultaneously. And I can only use one of the blocks when you get right down to it. Well, this is all kinds of interesting. Gain 2 of each resource. If I gain 2 of each resource, I could do both the beam sweep and the laser pulse, and maybe knock out one of their weapons, and then still have enough to trigger the shield. And I could probably do... Well, I could do that, yeah. Alright. Let's go balls to the walls and see what happens, right? Because, I mean, we're experimenting with this game. This is a pre-release game. I did actually sign over that everything we're doing right now is being collated and collimated and controlled and examined and, I don't know, tweezed out somewhere else. Lord knows what I actually gave them in terms of information. I mean, this is one of my Minions accounts, and I don't really know what they do with it. So, in the meantime, let's have fun. Alright. Alright. We now have enough to do beam sweep, laser pulse, and block and block. Exciting. And then we have additional... I wonder if this, like, works residually? Alright, anyways. Do I know how his shield is 6 points thick? Laser pulse will do 7, that'll do 9. Alright. Laser pulse first it is, then. Fine.
Enemy shields down.
And now, perhaps, we can do, just a beam sweep in general. Cool, cool, cool. Massive amounts of damage, and also significant amounts of heat. Cool. Alright. And now it's our turn to buckle up and shut up, right? Next shield card played this turn gives us plus 50%. Seems like a great idea. Okay. We got a nice old big bubble right now. And those do 4 points, and our shield has 9 points, so I think we're good to go. 4 and 4, yeah. Our shield does 9, so yeah. They cannot touch us. So we should go ahead and discard this thing, I think. Yeah. No, those recharge fast. Those are one-turn recharges. Never mind, we should probably hold on to those. Alright. The blue Dorito takes massive damage. It was highly effective. I mean, I could slow down the missile, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I think we should save that for when I can't use the shield augment thing. Because we can take both of these hits, 4 and 4. That's only 8. And we still have 9 shield points left. So, yeah, I think we're good to go. We should be able to shrug this off and give them more than they expected. Look at how crispy that ship is. I mean, come on. That thing already got zapped to hell and back. Look at those scars, man. Wow. I kind of appreciate that ships that took damage, y'all. Also, it looks very Minbari, which is a different conversation entirely. But anyways, I think we're good for now. Alright. Yeah.
Incoming missile.
Delayed attacks. Incoming enemy missile. You can see incoming missiles in the lower left part of the screen above your hull points. Missiles have a delay of 1 or more turns before they hit. What? Well, I didn't know that. You can defend against missiles by playing shield cards or shooting them down with special missile defense cards, which we don't have. What? I misunderstood that entirely. So it's hitting in 1 turn. And thankfully our shield bubble does still stay, but it lost a point, so we need to recharge it. This is bonkers. Alright, fine. Paired pulse. Oh, that seems horrible. Deals 3 damage 2 times. I don't want that to exist. Come on now. 3. We can do 3 and 1, and then another shield. Yes. All right. Beam sweep, but I can't guarantee what I hit. Can laser pulse? Laser pulse can guarantee what I hit, but I can't do enough damage. All right, fine. This is gonna be ugly. I like it. Go ahead and zap them hard. Zippity zappity boom. Oh, they are superheated. Oof. Good luck, boys. You are cooked, literally. Alright, gain 6 shield points. Nice. I like it.
Shielding enhanced.
Yeah, good luck getting through that. 4 points of damage. You dork. We should not discard the block, though, because we're going to need that next turn. Should we rejigger our power output? What do we got coming? What do we got coming? In deck. 2 energy. We're getting 2... Yeah, I think we're good-ish, more or less. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Yeah, I think we're good. We could maybe prepare for the laser pulse. Yeah, I think we could. Oh, that's what I meant to do. No, it didn't even dock me for that. That's nice. Alright, because the laser pulse takes 3 of the spicy stuff. Yeah. Alright. It's spicy Cool Ranch! Wait, what the hell is that? What? Alright, so we did not slow the missile down. But we can overload our cannons next turn, and it's going to be all kinds of bad for them. Maybe, probably, possibly. Do you have anything in the deck? Target lock. Oh yeah, that's going to be bad for them. We'll do target lock, laser pulse, and it's going to be not great. That should be amazing. We should be able to knock out one of their systems, I maybe think. We'll see. This does 4 damage, so it'll do 6 damage. Not quite enough to knock out either one. Fine. We'll do a lot of damage. And also burning. Also burning, which are still on fire. Because they are so on fire right now. Anyways, in like the bad way. Not like good on fire. You know what? Never mind. Let's just end our turn. It's fine. Incoming missile that we deflected with our shield, blah, blah, blah. And it's our turn again, and we only got the 1 card. I do not understand how this works. Oh, I think we're running into the cooldown problem. We may have to knuckle up for a bit there, because we ain't got no cards. Oh. That's not great. Okay, dokie. We've got 3 shields left. Oh, that's gonna suck. Cool. Let's do a target lock, because why not? Let's engage our dude. And let's laser pulse the crap out of... paired pulse. Zorp. And it's gone now. Nice. And then we can still block. And we should be good to go for a little while. We can even use the evasive maneuvers. We don't need to. They only do 4 damage. Yeah, we don't need to. Incoming missile. There we go. Alright, so we got some new toys. Alright, cool. Laser pulse and beam sweep. It's only got 6 points left. So 7 damage will cook it, right? Seems like. Let's go the 7 damage route. I mean, come on. Zippity zappity boop. Goodbye. After combat, you can draft cards for your equipment by clicking Add a Card. Some enemies also drop equipment rewards. Click these to add to the cargo bay. Gain. Add a card. Ooh. Oh! Oh hell! If you don't have shields, you get massive shields. That's awesome. Gain 4... That's cool too. Or we can get paired pulse. Oh. I'm voting Ray's shield. But I'm also going to go beat some minions' heads. So in the meantime, Ray's shields gives us super duper shields if we don't already have shields employed. Ammo dump gives us the spicy fuel necessary to make the fun guns. And paired pulse does fun gun things twice. So, y'all talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be right back after a moment. And no, I will not subject you to an ad. Alright. Minions have been kinetically recorrected. So, have we reached a conclusion as to what we should do? Let's check up on chat. Paired pulse seems nice, fine. I mean, Eclipse Warlord, I get it. YouTube keeps telling me that if I do automated ads in the middle of my live stream, I'll get more money, which is probably true, but how do I know when the ads are going to show up? And I guess if I had enough wherewithal, I could have triggered the ad when I left to go take care of, details here at the shipyard. But why? I mean, I'm not here to make money, y'all. We're just here to have fun, right? C.A. McDivitt, you know exactly what our minions look like, given what we make here at our shipyards. All right. I think the only vote so far is that 2 shots is better than 1. So I guess we're going to go with paired pulse. We need to orient towards the red numbers as opposed to the blue and green numbers. I would love for me to have more members too. Oh, we got 1 vote for the ammo dump too. It does kind of cook us off, which is kind of funny for an ammo dump. Because ammo dumps are not supposed to cook you off, right? Yes, Kerbal Space Program has been a regular request. Is there a sandbox mode for that game? Because it's been so long since I played it, I do not remember. Because that's basically the only version of the game I will be willing to play. Oh. Ah! Apparently we did sandbox, or ammo dump. Well, alright, fine. Mid-texture made. Basic missile racks. Woo! That's fun. Well, blame me for mistakenly clicking the wrong button. Morale? Wait, what? There's morale? Determines the rate at which your crew command points recharge when entering a node. Each crew member increases your maximum command points by 3. Certain event choices can temporarily or permanently affect crew morale. What? Very clear. No further hostiles in range. Deploying recon drones for visual sweep of the wreckage. Check behind that pleating. That's the data core. It's the station's main data core and the backup unit. That's what's got to be full of valuable research data. Who knows what they've been working on here? Are you out of your mind? If the Solari find out that we took that, we're as good as dead. We need new air cycling and ventilation system back on the station, don't we? This is exactly why we're on the scavenging run. That data could cover all that and more. This is no time for arguments. We've got a limited window before more hostiles show up. Our orders are to retrieve all valuable salvage, sensitive data cores included, so let's get back to work. The crew quickly works to secure the black box and fill the Magpie's cargo bay with anything valuable they can find. Once the job is done, you set course to the rendezvous point with the Atlas. Yeah, I have questions about that rendezvous point. Oh, we have new toys. Yay, new toys! Drag the equipment from the cargo bay and drop it onto the appropriate and empty hardpoint. This will add the cards from the equipment to your card combat deck. Yay, basic missile rack. Starflare. Prep volley. I don't know what deplete, and exhaustive mean. Oh boy. We got all kinds of things going on here, man. And also, why is it 1 plus 2? Command points should be like 4, right? Because we have 4 crew members, right? Maybe? I'm so confused. Alright. Rendezvous point neutral. Why does the rendezvous point look like the Wi-Fi icon? We gonna get really good connection here? Probably not. We're gonna get a really bad connection here. Oh no, we're gonna get a really good connection here. Incoming tight beam transmission from the Atlas. Shocking. Magpie, this is the Atlas. We've got a situation. The Solari have flagged us for interrogation and probably have every sensor pointed at us until we rendezvous with their patrol ships. Any attempt to pick you up now would incriminate us both. We'll manage, but you're going to have to head back to the station on your own. Keep your burn to a minimum and maintain a low profile until you're clear. Yeah, stay safe. I've heard about the Solari interrogation methods. I wouldn't want to be on the Atlas right now. There's an alternate route we can take that keeps us clear of major flight corridors and known Solari patrol zones. We should be able to slip through the asteroid belt unnoticed. That should work. We've got enough fuel to make it to the station. What? I can't even pick a fight. That's annoying. We get signal. Main screen turns on. All your base are belong to us. That'll take us straight through the dead weight controlled territory. A solitary scavenger ship is sure to attract some attention from those pirate scum. We best be on our toes. Dead weight? The pirates are called dead weight? What? There are 2 path types in Breachway. Main paths, shown as a blue line, allows only forward movement. Secondary paths, marked by thin yellow lines, permit both forward and backward movement. What? Moving to a node on a secondary path consumes 1 fuel. We have 6. 1, 2, 3, and out. Well, okay. Unavailable. I can't go that direction? I literally cannot go that direction. So once again, they are forcing me down that path. Alright, fine. We'll do that. Captain, we picked up a distress call. We all know what a distress call is. Nice really good maker. A civilian transport is under attack by a dead weight raider. Dead weight? Really? They won't last long unless we intervene. If we reroute power to the thrusters for max burn, we can intercept in time and pull the raider's focus. That's too risky. We'd be wide open during the approach. The dead weight could take pot shots at us, and we'd be defenseless until our combat systems come online. It's a calculated risk, but diverting their fire to us is the only way to save that transport. Our hull should hold against that barrage. Alright. Anyone want to make a financial vote either way? I mean, come on. As we've always said, we are financially motivated, and, well, that's never changed. And this is only like the second choice that we've been offered in this entire silly tutorial, so, I mean... I like that we get +1 morale if we try to save the civilian transport, but we get the combat advantage if we, don't. No one wants to make a vote? Y'all are talking about your own things, so that's fine. I mean, this happens during my games occasionally. Y'all get distracted with your conversations. That's totally, perfectly fine. Big damn heroes, sir. Fine. I hate you all. Here we go. Acknowledge, Captain. It's the right call. Preparing for the maneuver now. You divert all available power to the engines, pushing the thrusters to maximum. Soon enough, the deadweight ship stops firing at the civilian transport and turns its attention to you. Good luck! It's another frickin' fish scale weirdness. And they zapped us. The enemy ship has flak weapons. Most flak weapons have a shred value. Each point of hull damage adds 1 shred up to that attack's shred value. On 10 shred points, the target ship sustains 1 brittle, which increases non-precision damage received by 1. So it's kind of like poison. Alright. Alright. Some cards, like Prep Volley, have the exhaustive keyword. While they can be played at any time during a turn, no other cards can be played after an exhaustive card. You can still take some actions like reassigning reactor power, but playing other cards is only possible on your next turn. While in your hand, exhaustive cards are marked by a stop sign symbol. Alright, fine. Okie dokie then. 3-2. By the Great Maker, the flak barrage is incoming, and it's not going to be pleasant. It's got 5 damage associated with it. We've got 6 shields, so that's a good start. So 2-1. What can we do with more than 2-1? We'll go ahead and trigger that, because I don't want to get hit by any more freaking flak. Thank you very much. Did not like that. Do not want that. Goodbye. Laser pulse is specific, and I can knock something out that has 4 points. That's not great. All those are 10. And beam sweep does 6 and ignites 2. Let's start some fires, y'all. Because our shield will take the next hit. Yeah, our shield will probably take the next hit. I hope our shield will take the next hit. Let's find out. Zippity zappity boom. And I think we're burned out. Yeah. Oh, I should have used their abilities. I forget about my dudes on the right. Ow. Alright, my dudes on the right. My dudes on the right. What are you guys doing? Nope. Oh, didn't mean that, but fine. Can I take it back? I cannot. Insufficient command points. Oh, command points carry over. That's right. Alright. Let's, make their day bad. Target lock. And then star flare. And then laser pulse on probably the flak barrage, honestly. No one likes that thing. And we don't have any shields. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Alright. Mistakes were made. Ow! That hurt them a lot. Alright. We have an incoming flak barrage, which we should probably prepare for. Let's go ahead and drop a block on that. And shall we laser pulse again? We could take out their flak barrage, so yes, we should laser pulse again. And I should have given the better shield. I really need to keep track of all my little dudes over here. It's fine. Laser pulse to that. Flak barrage. Flak barrage, yes, that thing. Swoop. And it's disabled for a long, long time. Alright. Yeah. You couldn't do anything, could you? That's fine. Alright. How do we get more of these points? I forgot. Not really sure it matters at this point because we are about to go like balls out on these dudes. Yeah, I probably should have led with that or discarded that. Anyways, in the meantime, we're just gonna beam sweep this dork and light him on fire. Have fun. Use on fire, yo. And I think you're about to die, because you're at 3-2, right? Boom! Yep. You cooked yourself. Oh, wow. PDC, I told you! I told you there were PDCs. I swear to the Great Maker, I told you there were PDCs. Come on now. Oh gosh. Blinding pulse. It deals damage and reduces their damage. Deals 2 damage 3 times in 1 turn. Gain 10 shield and 1 turn. What does 1 turn mean? Oh. It keeps your shields around. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Reactor boost. Ship is not over. Oh. Reactor boost is spicy. I like it. Oh, dear Great Maker. What did why illumine... No, sorry. While I am... Man! You know I can't pronounce your word. Your name. Whatever. Anyways, the W dude. Dear Dockmaster, please consider the story 99.9% of the universe. If you ever decide to start narrating HFY stories, strongly recommend it. See, the problem is... See, there's a lot of problems with the humanity fornication yes stories. There's so many problems. I have actually narrated a few of those. And the non-member response has been like, meh, whatever. The member response has been, as always, quite positive. So, how about this? There's an email address at the bottom of my... Oh, I don't know what I just selected. Okie dokie. Well, I guess we got PDCs. Yay! There's an email address at the bottom of some of my episodes that you can dig up and remind me what HFY stories you want me to read. Now, like I said, we did just embark on a different story entirely. So, yeah. Ox mount. Alright. The point defense cannon used salvage from the enemy goes in the Ox mount, providing effective defense against enemy missiles. Auxiliary equipment operates without crew member and doesn't add an extra card to the Oh, that's awesome. We have new toys. And they don't require, like... Oh, but they do require power and stuff. That sucks. Alright, fine. Do not appreciate. Anyways, what I was trying to say. The problem with the HFY landscape is that there are so many stories that are just, frankly, bad. And filtering those bad ones from ones that I would be willing to read. If y'all remember, I actually did read one of them not that long ago. Well, I guess it was actually that long ago. There's no graves for the something. There's no graves for the honorable or something. Yeah. About how humanity did the best they could against an onslaught of insanity. So, yes, I know HFY exists. I do, trust me. But a lot of the stories, especially now, are generated by half-assed LLMs that were trained off of HFY, fine, and produce nonsense. So, I don't know. Take it or leave it, I guess. I am happy to read whatever HFY story you point me at. As long as you read it first and verify that it is a good story. And then we can go from there. How about that? You read it first. You tell me it's good. And I'll read it, okay? And like I said, there's an email address somewhere on the channel that you can send me, well, emails, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, you come across an abandoned repair station. Most of it has been stripped clean by scavengers, but a closer inspection reveals one maintenance bay that still seems operational. Dock and attempt repairs, because that's all we got. It doesn't look like much, but some of this equipment is actually in pretty good shape. Your engineer gets to work with the crew's help. A few hours later, the hull's reinforced and looking sturdier than ever. And we repaired more than we lost. Win. Alright. Oh, goodness. We're gonna go pick a fight, yo. Sir, I'm getting a warning that a gunship is getting ready to fire on us. Must be using some kind of stealth tech. Our sensors didn't pick them up until they are getting ready to fire. So, like, cloaking? Klingon cloaking. Check. We're getting an incoming hail. Patch it through. There you are, little magpie. I've been looking forward to a chat. Deadweight Captain. You dork. This doesn't need to get messy. Hand over the data core in your hold, and you can flutter away unharmed with the rest of your salvage. Power down and prepare for boarding. Captain, if we power down our reactor, we're as good as dead. We're dead either way. We don't stand a chance against a light cruiser in this ship. Then we go down swinging. I guess I like Ivan. I'm not about to take orders from a pirate. Engage combat protocols. We make our stand. It saddens me to hear you chose violence, Captain. That data core is built to withstand thermonuclear blasts, so don't expect us to hold back. Oh boy. Spicy. Oh, it's a different kind of Dorito. It's a horizontal Dorito as opposed to a vertical Dorito. And it's got a lot of guns. Wow. I do not like all the guns it does. Cool, not cool. Alright. Well, this was a bad shuffle. We're about to take a pile of damage. Fantastic. We're about to take a pile of damage. Alright. We'll just go ahead and go totally balls out. And just do the thing. Oh, hold on. I have 8 points. Not this guy. Well, no, not this guy. Might as well. Catch!
Missile is in flight.
Yep, that's gonna suck for you, isn't it? Okie dokie! This is gonna be exciting. I have no idea what's going on. Ow. What is that? Shred. Yeah, that's not great. We ain't got no missile incoming. Come on, man. We ain't got no missile incoming. We'll trigger that, and then trigger that. No? Why can't I? What? 2-1. I'm so confused right now. Is there like a max of things that I can run? What? What? Alright, hold on. This thing takes 2 energy and 1 hex thing. We have 2 energy and 1 hex thing. Why can't I do the thing? Like... Is that a byproduct of the brittle thing? Like, seriously, why can't I trigger this? Alright. Oh, I used an exhaustive card. I can't do anything after that. Right. Alright, fine. We just have spread shot and slice and solar. Oh, well, no, we should do missile. There we go. We can do missile avoidance. Ow. Alright. Now we're kitted out, right? I hope, maybe? I don't know. Cool down. Next shield thing, and gain 2 aviation resources. So, 3 points or 2 points. Well, we've got enough to run this hard and fast. Where's the weakest thing? There it is. And then now we Engage shield. And additional shield. And hopefully we can hold out. Oh my goodness. This is wild. I do not understand this game, but it's fascinating. Alright. We're out of cards, we're out of plays. Let's move up.
We're hit.
Are we? Are you sure we're hit? Five shield. Oh, by the great maker. 2-1. Ah. Wish I had a better. Oh no, hold on. I ain't got enough command. We may not make it, y'all. And then that one, yeah. I mean, honestly, that makes no sense.
Shielding enhanced, Captain.
Yeah. Alright, also significant now. No VFX. Oh, that's funny. No VFX! Alright, cool. Fine. We'll do beam sweep. And then, yeah, of course, PDC burst. Because there is an incoming missile. And we took care of it. And now we're gonna die. Yeah.
Target reached.
Ow. 47, and we're at 33. Oh, this is going great. 7, 2, and 3. Pretty sure we need to, like... block. Because we need to keep ourselves alive. And we need to zap the fornication out of this dork. Yeah. And it didn't kill it. Great. And we still got incoming. Love it. Grab it. Item. Yeah. So we can do beam lock. No, we can't do both. We can do block.
Shielding enhanced, Captain.
I appreciate that, thank you. And laser pulse. And still somehow beam sweep as well. And I need to rejigger. There we go. There. Generate a little bit of heat, maybe? Maybe. Alright. This is a knife fight, isn't it? My goodness gracious. Oh, yeah. Where are they? Ah! I don't like this hand. Aye. Fiddly vermuffins. I would love to prep the volley, but it doesn't make sense in this context. It really doesn't. I don't have to. You know what? Fine. We'll just do it anyways. That's fine. I don't understand how these guys recharge, but... Oh, now we've got new funness.
Enemy missile intercepted.
Good luck, guys. Let's see what I can destroy. 5 damage. Not much to destroy anything. Cool.
We're taking damage.
I'm aware, thank you very much. We've got lots and lots of blocks now. Two, one. Well, we can do that. And that's all we can do. Oh, we might lose this. Incoming missile. Alright.
Missile is in flight.
Do we take it out? What the hell are all these? Oh god, they launched 3 at us? Or did we... Oh no, we launched 3 at them. So we just have to stay alive for one more turn intercepting this door. Alright, cool. Let's just shield up. I think that's a good idea to do. And then maybe beam sweep just to prove the point. And more burning. More burning is always good.
Missile is in flight.
And there they went. Whew! Well, the combat Dorito lost. Free roamer pilot. What the hell is this? It looks like we just arrived in time, Captain. The director dispatched us for your safe return after hearing about the Atlas incident. We'll clean up any remaining deadweight presence here. Your path to the station is secure. Funny how they just, showed up. Friggin' dorks. Well, let's go visit the Allied station. Why not? Home station up ahead, Captain. Preparing docking procedures. Once docked, the station's spin gravity kicks in. Oh, God. You and the crew disembark, heading to your quarters to rest while the dock workers unload the cargo bay. After a few hours, you're called to the station director's office. I've had our researchers look at the data you brought back in that data core. It's heavily encrypted, but Rin here was able to extract some data on the research they were conducting on that station. Hi, Rin. It's tied to the anomaly that hit our system, knocking out a huge part of our electronics. The equipment at that research station picked up data suggesting that it might be a coded message or a signal from unknown origin. Their data indicates that multiple star systems within the breachway network were affected, which led them to trace the trajectories to a set of coordinates where they converge deep within the breachway network. There's a lot more here, but deeper decryption will take time. Whatever it contains, this information is too dangerous to be kept here. The Solari will come looking for it soon enough. They're already moving fleets to close off the breachway access points. Take the data core with you and leave. Rin will accompany you and continue decrypting en route. Judging by the Solari's response, this signal could be something major, possibly something that could shift the balance of power. Whatever that means. Me and Ivan are joining you as well, as opposed to Ivan and I are joining you as well? Fine. Lena Starling, you don't know, English grammar. Fine. There's no way you're heading off into this crazy adventure while we're left doing maintenance on the ventilation system. Good! We're prepping a Corvette-class gunship. Oh, yay! In the hangar for you. Posing as mercenaries will let you move freely within the breachway network without raising suspicions. Once you're ready to leave, head to a random system in the breachway network, and from there start making your way towards the signal coordinates. This should make it more difficult for the Solari to connect you to the events at the research station. Godspeed, Captain! Like there's a god in this universe. Head to the hangar. We didn't even get to the end! Like, we just got here. We didn't... I have so many questions. Alright, my humies. I do believe that we have played probably enough game at this point. Yeah. Let's be honest here. We totally have. Maybe we'll revisit this game next week. Maybe not next week. 2 weeks from now. And maybe we'll start ripping hearts out of cyborgs 2 weeks from now. Who knows? But in the meantime, we did get a gunship adjacent style boat. Which, I mean, at least the fire controls... Oh, this is that boat. This is literally that boat. This is the boat from the opening sequence. That's funny. Alright. It's a weird game. I'm not sure I hate it. I'm not sure I like it. But regardless, it's still a weird game. But, as always and as ever, we do appreciate you showing up. And, as always and forever, good night. And good luck.